speaking of characters who are occasionally awful, Angel.
Angel.
We get more backstory on Angelus in this season because of the fact that we meet Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And
How they're all connected.
Yeah, we already talked about how he just kind of like casually tells Buffy that he was like a really sadistic shit.
I mean, I don't know. I guess he's so cool that's going to reflect on everything no matter what. So he couldn't sit down. He couldn't sit down and be like, okay, I did some really horrible things in my past and like react
And
emotionally.
Have, like, actual,
He has to pace around the room all cool and he has to slink and he has to touch his suit and he has to be like, yeah, I turned into a vampire. I killed her whole family and then when she went to the she went to
a convent. She went kind of loopy.
Yeah.
And she went to a convent and at that point he decided it's really twisted and we're gonna find out more about that later. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's when we should really get into it. Mm-hmm. So we don't necessarily have to describe the details, but the point is that he traumatized her, made it so that she was pretty much ill. She at least has PTSD. I don't know what else is going on with her, but it's obvious she has PTSD. Because it's like been like 100 odd years, and she's, or maybe even 200 years, and she's constantly like reliving what he did to her. Mm-hmm. It's probably 100 plus.
And also the way that she, I mean, I know that that's just a characteristic of a specific kind of insanity, I suppose.
I don't like the word insanity, but I mean, I guess it's what we have to work with.
Yeah, but just the way that she words things.
Yeah.
It feels sometimes because I keep feeling that disconnect. It feels like she's disassociating from like everything that's going on. Like she's just not a part of reality.
But, I do think Drew dissociates from reality a lot, and I think we've seen it already at this point. I think it happens by the time What's My Line comes about. So I can tell you that sometimes her speech is really prophetic. Mm-hmm. She's speaking in riddles, and occasionally some of the riddles are really easy to figure out. Sometimes the stuff that's harder to decode is also either talking about something that's already happened, or how she's feeling about something, or something that hasn't happened yet. Drusilla's actually a really interesting and dynamic character. I think she's not necessarily as exciting as Spike.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, like, to have them next to each other. And also, like, Angel already has, like, so much going on with his character that when you have the three of them next to each other, Drew tends to look like a shadow in the background. But I think she's a really, really interesting character.
They're a great trio.
They are, which we can talk about next time, because we don't get to see the full force of that yet.
Yeah, but even when he's still good,
yeah,
they make a great trio. Just in terms of like the differences in the capabilities of these characters and the way that they interact with the world. And the fact that they all know each other.
And they've known each other for like hundreds of
years. It's just like, I don't remember what Angel's reaction was when he realized that Spike was. Because it's like,
when you realized Spike was what? Was like
when Spike got there, yeah.
It was like, no. He came in with this line, which to me is like the exact opposite of what Spike is, where he's just like, no, I know Spike. He once he starts on something, he keeps going until nothing in the path is still alive, and like he's completely focused on his goal, and which is like just the fucking opposite of Spike.
So
Spike is just like, yeah, this isn't working. I'm bored. Let's just leave.
People will keep on, like, they will write ways that other characters describe a character for the sake of plot convenience that isn't really, like, because we're trying to build them up as being this horrible person.
No, but he is horrible.
He
and
is.
You could find other ways to describe how Spike is, like, actually horrible that doesn't immediately get contradicted in the first episode that he's in.
Tangent. Super Sentai again.
Mm-hmm.
Currently watching Go Kaiju. In it, one of the bad guys is this guy named Damaras, and you've never seen him fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am near the end of the series now. I'm at episode 43, 44. And the series is 49 to 50 episodes long. And yeah, it's a crazy amount of episodes. Kamen Rider and Super Sentai have a lot of episodes. But a lot of things happen in those episodes.
Okay.
So. But we've never seen him fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the counsel to the main villain so far. The main villain is the son of, like, this super evil emperor guy. And he's his counsel, so we've never seen him fight. And then the son dies. The son gets killed by the Rangers. And he comes to exact vengeance on them. And they didn't know he was with the guy they were fighting, because they've never seen him. He's always been on the ship or whatever. And when they see him, one of the Rangers, because they're all from space, and so they know all of these people, one of the Rangers is like, "Is that Damaras? He's been referred to as the strongest man in the universe." And I'm just like, first thing.
And when he starts fighting, he's like nowhere near that.
No, when he starts fighting, he's a monster. He's incredibly powerful, and they can't lay a finger on him, and he just walks straight through them.
So what makes him not the strongest man in the universe?
First thing, he already has a boss above him, which means that unless his boss is not a man,
I don't know.
fine.
Maybe he's actually stronger than his boss, but he doesn't want to be boss. It can happen.
I would hope he isn't stronger than his boss, because he gets killed in a two-parter. Like, with the power of friendship, they figure out a way to defeat him. And,
okay, Captain Planet.
But yeah, basically. And I just don't like when people go, "Oh yeah, he breaks planets in two with his pinky," and then it's somebody that, like, Batman can just kung fu fight and defeat them.
And
you're
thing,
like, stop.
The thing with Spike is that, okay, Angel isn't wrong in saying that he's definitely focused on his goal of killing Buffy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has not let go of that throughout the whole season. But also, he doesn't, like, follow through on any of his plans.
So I'm not. And at the same time, it feels more like he has a grudge on Buffy now, because she's the one who lived, kind of. He fights her, and the Masters killed her, but he has never killed her.
Yeah,
and
he's really bitter about that.
Yeah, so he's just like, "No, I need to defeat her, no matter what it takes." And so I don't even necessarily think it's a goal.
How much Angel picks up on that in this season, because you don't see him really reacting to the fact that, like, Spike is still specifically going after Buffy.
Yeah, who is his girlfriend? So it's like,
yeah, like, dude, get it together. That's your what, like, your grandchild with an E. I don't know, that's how it's written in all the fics. I have no idea if there's any kind of, canon way.
Grandchild.
As in child is like the
Oh, that's the
term
for
so
sire. Okay.
Yeah. So with Angel or Angelus rather being Spike's grandsire, it'd be the other way around.
His grandchild.
Child.
Yeah, we just have to say child.
It's just in the fics. That's all. So I take it as semi-canon. Because they don't seem to have an actual word for it, so. But yeah, like, Angel is just Angel does get some development in this season, as far as I'm concerned, but we don't get to see some of it yet. So,
I mean, a thing happens, but of course we'll talk about that.
And I mean, that's less character development and more character shift.
Yeah. That's a heel turn. Is what they call it in wrestling.
And also like in the fancy world of TV tropes.
But mostly in wrestling.
Buffy gets some interesting character development, in my opinion, in this season, because I feel like this is where she starts really exploring whether or not she does want to do this whole I'm a normal girl thing. Because she's consistent about going, Giles, look, I am 16 and I have had it with your shit. I'm gonna go out on a date. Beat me if the apocalypse comes.
Well, I suppose
I'm just gonna take my date to the crematorium.
And then it turns out he's just a dude. That's so boring. Because I was like, oh my god, is he the anointed one?
But he's not. He's just that annoying guy. But yeah, in season 2, Buffy, she has episodes like Halloween where she has the actual chance to be a normal girl, kind of, and it just doesn't work out very well for her. And she's got, that contrast of Kendra where she's complaining for like a whole fucking episode. I don't want to be the Slayer anymore. Make somebody else do it. Oh wait, there is no one else.
You talk about it like it's a job.
It's not.
It's not.
It's who you are.
It's who you are. Oh well, thanks. Or thank I guess.
Oh God, Buffy.
Whatever they say in your
Buffy,
country.
with your vague.
What country are you even from?
Oh God, just like it's racist when you do that to people who are Hispanic, people who speak Spanish. It's like worse when you don't speak Spanish.
Both she and Cordelia have had a situation where they say "oh" at the end of something when they talk to somebody who doesn't speak English, and the guy that she was talking to was like Eastern European or something.
Speaks English.
Yeah, so I don't even.
The Eastern European guy speaks English as well, but maybe he just wasn't talking to Cordy because she's an asshole.
Yeah.
But Kendra speaks English the whole time, and Buffy's just like adding O's to the ends of words that don't have O's, and Buffy, she's speaking English. It's a foreign accent, but it's English. Get your shit together.
No,
Never.
No, I won't do it.
I refuse. But yeah, Buffy in season 2, we have Buffy at the beginning who's like adjusting to the fact that she died. And she has like death PTSD, she has nightmares, and she has to like grind the bones of the master in order to get over her shit with a giant sledgehammer.
Yeah, that was great. She's just like, closure! And she's breaking this thing to pieces.
Just yelling closure.
That's good.
Except that she
doesn't really get any.
She doesn't really get any, and then the minute that she gets over the fact that the master is not there anymore, we have fucking Sprite come in and just ruin all her shit. I love it. So Buffy at the beginning with her PTSD, and Buffy with Sprite coming in where she's just like really insecure about herself once Drew is around. Because she's just like, wow, if this gorgeous vampire woman is Angel's type, then maybe she's all sophisticated and mentally ill. Buffy, really?
But I mean, whatever. I don't even. What does mad even mean in terms of vampires? They're all the evil.
We're all mad here. No, but I think one of my favorite Buffy moments throughout the season is in Lie to Me, where the kid tells her that he has cancer. Oh, yeah. The kid tells her that he has cancer, and he's just like, and she's just like, is this the part where I'm supposed to feel sorry for you? I don't fucking feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that you're gonna die. Death just sucks. And she would know.
Yeah.
But she's just like, I died. But yeah, no, it's just, she's just like, I don't feel sorry for you, really. Because you're still, you know, like, feeding me to vampires, and also you're going to bring a whole bunch of innocent people down with you. So, like, fuck you. Great moment. And I feel like it's a step in the right direction in terms of her character development. I'm not saying this is something season 1 Buffy wouldn't have done, but I feel like it's the mark of season 2 Buffy, where she's coming into her own a little bit more and understanding ethically and morally how she feels about all this vampire shit. Like, it's not just, oh, vampire bad. It's about all of those gray area complications of it.
I mean, Angel's situation is bad enough because it's really unique and really weird and just it's romantic curse and I don't even know. But yeah,
like everything kind of vampire related just gets more and more gray for her now, and especially with Spike and Drew coming in, and it's like they're Angel's family. They're the closest thing that he has to family, and they're evil. And the first time that we see her get, like, jealous over a woman in regards to Angel, it's an evil vampire. I don't know, because we haven't gotten to, like, those really great season 2 Buffy moments yet, there's not a lot to say about it so far, so much as just she understands now that she's a Slayer and this is something that she has to do, although she is still treating it like a job at this point in the story. So yeah. So we've talked characters and we've talked about kind of like the general feel for the season and whatnot. Were there any things that you didn't see coming that were done in the season at all? Because there were some twists in the last one, and if there were twists for season 1, I would expect that there's at least one episode in season 2 where you're like, I didn't see this coming.
I didn't see Kendra coming. I mean, I knew about Kendra because spoilers, but I did not see that. I was just like, wait, Buffy died. It's as if Avatar again. If an Avatar dies, like they're dead. Yeah. The baby gets born. And then they're just like, whoa, hold on, somebody saved me.
That's not how the Slayer line works.
Somebody saves me with mystical water mending. Yeah, because you're always destined to be a Slayer. But you're not sent to the call of being a Slayer, I suppose.
Something like that.
Until the previous Slayer dies.
You're not activated. And activated more just means that your powers start working.
Are there Hellmouths everywhere?
I don't know if everywhere. There's other Hellmouths.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, there's one in Cleveland, apparently. But, they never tell us how many there are. And where exactly the Hellmouths are. So, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. The Hellmouth thing. They don't tell us. So maybe there's a Hellmouth near where Kendra lives and they just sent her to Sunnydale one because that was more urgent.
Yeah, that's my main thing, is that all Hellmouths being created equal, I will assume that there must be a Hellmouth that's closer to Kendra than Buffy's own. And the Master wasn't even there again. So what she...
Well, a great power was about to rise in Sunnydale. So it was more urgent for her to be there, I guess. Maybe nothing really big was going on with her Hellmouth. She just had to be there.
Fair. Maybe.
So you didn't see Kendra come. Did you see? I remember when we were watching Ted. You were going, is this going to be another robot thing with the... And it was a robot thing, but it wasn't an internet robot thing.
It wasn't an internet robot. It was just a robot that was created in like the 60s or something, and has been killing wives ever since, and the episode is so weird.
I love it though. Ted's a great episode. I mean, first of all, we have John Ritter playing somebody who's not like the sweetest guy in the world, which is really weird. And then secondly, it's like, if you just remove all context, this is no robot, this is no supernatural show. You have a story about a guy who is covertly abusing his future stepdaughter.
Yeah.
And then she just like beats the shit out of him for it. Which is beautiful.
Like, I'm gonna blackmail you with this diary. Punches downstairs.
Pretty much, yeah.
I just don't know, man. I didn't expect him to die.
That's another great twist.
And I was just like, oh, well, obviously it's a demon thing, because otherwise, how does he just come back?
Well, Inca Mommy Girl kind of gave away its ending from the beginning.
My main thing is that Buffy, like, as a series, it has a problem with mourning. People, when they're mourning, they don't seem to mourn for the time that I would imagine somebody going through something like that would. Like, it's always too quick. It's like
Jesse is a perfect example.
Jesse.
We rarely ever hear about him again.
He really liked the Mummy Girl.
Mm-hmm.
And she disintegrated in his arms. She felt a powder and a torso in his arms.
Yeah, and it was just...
And he's just like she
well,
turns to
I guess
that and he
that's
just
just
goes...
another weird demon thing that happened.
Goes,
I keep
like,
dating demons.
Thing. But like... He throws her down. And he just comes and sits with us like, are you okay, Xander? And I don't even remember what he says, but
it's kind of nonchalant.
Yeah, it's nonchalant how they reacted to her, considering how much he liked her. Yeah. It's really
we've talked about characters and stuff that, just like general stuff in terms of episodes and whatever. I feel kind of weird asking about your expectations for part 2 since you've already started watching part 2.
Yeah.
But I think we can spoil since we're at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Considering that you know now what happens at the beginning of part 2 with Angelus.
Yeah.
How do you expect that to play out?
They've already mentioned the fact that, I mean, once they say it, unless it's, no, that's not even true. Once they say it, it becomes a possibility. So once she goes, well, just get up, Gypsy, to give him another soul. You're just like,
maybe they can give him another soul.
Yeah, wait, I didn't even think about it that way. What if she does? And so I don't know how they would fix it, but I imagine it being related to that somehow, or them trying with the
technopaganism.
With the technopaganism. I wish.
That's what you really want.
Yeah. I really want her to go, oh, hold on, I'll just use this antivirus program, or
just give him a soul.
Yeah, I'll just give him. I'm just gonna clean this.
I'll just jack myself in.
Jacked in.
I'll be jacked in. The written word is obsolete. If you're not jacked in, you're not alive.
And she's like,
okay. Thanks.
This apologies for this.
Yeah. No.
Jacked in.
Jacked in.
Everybody should be jacked in. We're jacked in right now.
We're about to jack out.
We're about.
That's so stupid. I'm sorry, guys. That was terrible. I shouldn't be allowed to make jokes. I'm glad you agree, because you usually don't.
It's still funny. It's just still horrible.
It's bad. It's not even funny. We're gonna go, since we don't have much left to talk about, or at least we do have a lot left to talk about, but I feel like we could go over the season as a whole again when we start covering
the second
half. Because right now there's not a lot of context for development and stuff that happens. It's just, you watch the end and you look back and you go, wow, they set that up early and I didn't see it coming. So, thanks for watching if you sat down and paid attention to all of this. And we'll see you again later after we watch Becoming Part 2. Bye, guys.
Bye, I'm gonna wait too.